The Chicago Bears defeat the Minnesota Vikings. What a spooky night indeed. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Hello and welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment on Halloween. And we had a spooky result here tonight as Chicago Bears defeat the Minnesota Vikings 20-10. And if you've been out all night, you're going to come back and you're going to say, what happened? Am I still, high off of whatever I was smoking, or am I still drunk from whatever I was drinking? And I'm here to tell you, no, the Chicago Bears got it done, and they quite frankly dominated the Minnesota Vikings in this football game. Now, you're going to experience me go through something I like to call confirmation bias, okay? And basically what that is, if you don't know, is when you have a preconceived notion about something and you look for evidence to support your preconceived notion. And this is a good thing and a bad thing. It depends on the situation. Now, some people, they like to remain with their confirmation bias for too long, right? So I believed coming into this season that the Vikings shouldn't have traded for Sam Bradford, that they'd be an 8-8 team, that they wouldn't be able to move the football, and they wouldn't be able to make the playoffs. Now, because I believe this coming into the year, I look for anything I can to support that argument. Now, it's good because I remain skeptical whenever they do good. I guess that's a good thing, but it's bad because I may not see or appreciate what they're doing. But damn it, the Minnesota Vikings are giving me every reason to believe what I believed heading into the season. And that is, number one, they shouldn't have traded for Sam Bradford. Look, he wasn't to blame today. He wasn't that bad, although I do believe he was below average. I do believe this was not a good performance by any means necessary. His offensive line was the problem today, but you traded for Sam Bradford because y'all told me we're going to win a Super Bowl with this guy. That's basically what y'all told me. If you're trading a first-round pick for a 1, maybe 2-year rental, you better get a damn Super Bowl out of it or something close. Okay, so something close is what we're looking for Sam Bradford. You're not getting that type of production right now at all, okay? Number 2, they wouldn't be able to make the playoffs because their offense isn't good enough. Number 1, I trashed their offensive line. Their offensive line's horrible. It's always been horrible. If you looked at the offensive line, you would have saw T.J. Clemmings, who's one of the worst tackles in the league. I think he's one of the worst tackles to ever be in the league. This guy is awful, okay? You would have seen some other players like Andre Smith when he was starting and some other players that were never good. They've never been good. If you would have looked at the offensive line, you would have seen it. Running back situation, not good after Adrian Peterson got injured, but y'all tried to tell me, it doesn't matter. Look, it matters, okay? If Adrian Peterson is in the game, you do a little better, okay? Now, how much better, we don't know, but you do a little better. Wide receivers, not very good outside of Stephon Diggs. Okay, you have nobody. Adam Thielen, who can't win anything difficult down the field. I mean, maybe occasionally can make a play, but nothing more than that. Cordero Patterson, who has never developed to be a true NFL wide receiver. He's just running routes just to run routes. Jarius Wright, who I'm not sure if he's healthy right now, but he's just nothing more than a deep threat. The receivers aren't very good. The defense is great, but you need to score points, okay? And they only gave up 20 points today, and people are trashing the defense. I'm sure Mike Zimmer is going to trash the defense just like last week he trashed the defense. Why are you trashing the defense? In 2016, you let up 20 points. You should honestly win the game. You should win every game. That's what the defense is supposed to do. That's a great job by a defense in 2016, allowing 20 points per game. That's a good defense. You're putting too much pressure on your defense if you're asking them to do better than that. They've been scoring points for you. We've seen Eric Kendrick score points. We've seen other players score points on this defense. This defense is doing fine. The problem is you can't move the football down the field. You can't throw the football down the field. You can't run the football down the field consistently. You've gotten away with getting turnovers, return for touchdowns, getting kick return for touchdowns, getting punt returns, return for touchdowns. Now you're not getting them. And what's happening? Oh, wait a minute. We have a below average quarterback. We have a below average offensive line. We have below average running game. We have below average wide receivers. And you questioned why I had problems with this football team. Now, I'm not saying the whole, everything's falling down and everything like that, but man, they're in trouble right now. They've lost all momentum after their bye week. I said during the bye week, they were really hot. They won 5 straight games, but this bye week is going to serve as more of a detriment than a help. Okay, because when you're that hot and they've been getting away with all the things they've been getting away with, you don't want to bye week. You want to keep winning as many games, keep up that momentum. The momentum's gone. They can move the football down the field. 10 points this week, 10 points last week. This may be the worst offense in the league. Guys, this is the Chicago Bears. This is bad. And if you're asking me today, are they still a playoff team? Sure. Before today, I was projecting 12-4, 13-3 even. I've deducted 2 wins, maybe even 3. I need to consider over the next 24 hours. I'm not overreacting. Guys, this was bad. They can't move the football. They can't do it. And the Bears deserve some credit. And I'm about to get to the Chicago Bears, but a lot of Vikings fans are on me because I hated the Sam Bradford trade. And we're going to keep going back and forth. One week you're going to say, look at this, you were wrong. One week I'm going to say, look at this, I was right. And ultimately, we're not going to really know until the end of the season. But man, this is not good. You cannot lose to the Chicago Bears 20-10. You lost to the Eagles last week 21-10. And both of these games were on the road. Okay, so next week you host the Detroit Lions. I have you guys winning that game. But if you lose that game, go 5-3, only to be on pace for 10-6, we have some serious problems that we need to address when it comes to this football team. Let's move on to the Chicago Bears, who I liked more than most heading into the season. And I've been wrong thus far, but you're seeing what I saw before the season. Number one, there's actually quite a bit of talent on this football team. They have suffered a tremendous amount of injuries, but now some players are coming back. You're seeing Pernell McPhee come back and play well. Jay Cutler, who you hate, and a lot of you out there hate him, but guys, he's not that bad. He's not good, but he's not that bad. In fact, he can be very good. What are y'all talking about when y'all say Jay Cutler doesn't care? He doesn't care. Did you see this guy out there today? He looked like someone that cared to me. He was fist pumping. He was giving guys thumbs up, saying, good job, yeah. I thought he cared a lot today. And if you really sit down and look, actually give a damn, he actually cares. His wife cares. His wife, Kristen Calavati, tweeted after the game saying, oh, can y'all shut up now? That's basically what she said. I'm, paraphrasing there, but he cares, she cares, they're football players. I know he has the face, he has the resting bitch face where he's just like this, he does his neck like this. I don't know what he's doing with his neck, but he does that and people think that he doesn't care. He cares. He's a football player. He's been a football player for years. He's a professional. This is his job. He cares. The problem is he just has a resting bitch face and people don't like him for whatever reason. But today, he was really good. Call it what it is. He was really good. He was fantastic. And I thought his receivers should have been better. Alshon Jeffrey did not have a good game to me. He dropped a touchdown. He was running a route and the ball hit him in the back of his head, fell down. Alshon Jeffrey did not have his best game. And when you talk about him being a number 1 wide receiver, this is a game that you're going to point to and you're going to say no. And you're going to have an argument. And I like to defend Alshon Jeffrey, but he wasn't very good. Yes, he caught a touchdown, so I guess you can say he was a net positive, and for sure. But I think they're still waiting for Kevin White to develop, if you know what I'm saying. But he's fine. And Cameron Meredith had a nice catch, but didn't do anything else besides that. So I don't think his weapons were very good today. Zach Miller played well. Still had a play where he was a little late to the football. Probably could have had a huge game that he didn't get. Jay Cutler was under pressure a good amount. He escaped pressure. He stepped up in the pocket, made plays, made throws, had a good game. And this team is a better team under Jay Cutler. People hate Jay Cutler, but he's going to be around. Maybe the Bears get rid of him. Maybe the Bears move on. I don't care. He's going to start for LA Rams or the Cleveland Browns. Or if I'm the Browns, actually, I'm looking at Jay Cutler. I mean, if you want to take Myles Garrett number 1 overall, and I think they should, I'm looking at Jay Cutler, and I'm saying, hey, Jay Cutler, we draft Myles Garrett, maybe we come back with the second first-round pick, we take a wide receiver like Mike Williams, we have Corey Coleman, we have Terrell Pryor. If he can stay healthy, maybe we have something in Cleveland. We have Jamie Collins now as well. Maybe the Cleveland, does something next year. Maybe not a playoff team, but they can win 7-9 games, something like that. So, I think Jay Cutler's still a starting quarterback in this league. I like him better than Trevor Siemian. Siemian, he's a guy that is fine. But I think if Jay Cutler's the quarterback of the Broncos, they're damn good. I think if Jay Cutler's the quarterback of the Vikings, they're damn good. I think if Jay Cutler's the quarterback of these teams with great defenses, he's damn good. The problem is, he just gets such a bad rap, and I really don't understand why. Yes, he can throw interceptions, but I still think he's better than the worst quarterbacks in the league. He's better than, Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's better than Case Keenum, and just these clowns. Stay off of Jay Cutler. Back off of Jay Cutler. Let him have his night. Let him have his day, and just relax, okay? Jordan Howard. This guy is so good. And I made a mock draft today, and I considered giving them Leonard Fournette, but I said no, because I think Jordan Howard is the guy, and he's proving to be the guy. What a dominant night from Jordan Howard, who was absolutely incredible from beginning to end. Sensational, broken tackles, making an impact in the rushing game, in the receiving game. Just an impactful running back. The guy is making plays. And with this guy, man, he just opens up this Bears team so much, gives them more of an identity offensively, which I think they sorely need under Dow Loggins, the offensive coordinator. And I like watching this guy freaking play, man. So Leonard Fournette, he's great, but I think they really have their running back here in Jordan Howard, and I would stick with him for the near future. And Jeremy Langford, he was fool's gold. He was a guy that you looked at his rookie season. If you looked at the statistics, he wasn't very good. Didn't get 4 yards a carry. Jordan Howard is legitimate. He is good, and he is going to be around for years to come. He looks like Matt Forte 2.0, and I mean 2.0 being he looks better than Matt Forte did early on. Now, we'll see if he proves to be better than Matt Forte, but he definitely appears to be, to me at least, having more potential than Matthew Forte. So, with that said, the defense. Leonard Floyd had a sack today, got pressure today. You love seeing him develop. You got to get him developing and playing. Got to get Eddie Goldman back on the field. Got to get Jonathan Bullard back on the field. Get them developing. Pernell McPhee came back today. He got a sack. He's the best defensive player when healthy. You're seeing that today. Jarrell Freeman, Danny Trevathan. This is a team that has had They've had players. They have players. This team is not one of the worst talented teams in the league. That goes to the Cleveland Browns. That goes to the San Francisco 49ers. This team is not that bad. They have the talent on the roster. They've been injured. Eddie Royal, gone. Kevin White, gone. Pernell McPhee, missed games. Jay Cutler, missed games. Jeremy Langford, gone forever. They've had plenty of injuries, but now you're seeing some guys step up, and you're seeing some guys come back, and you're seeing, oh, wait a minute, they're not that bad as I thought heading into this season. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on this Monday Night Football game. Again, I'm not killing the Vikings. They're fine. But this is why I said weeks ago, they're not a Super Bowl contender to me. Number one, you can't go to the playoffs. You can't go to the Super Bowl and win with Sam Bradford. It's not good enough. He's not horrible. He's not the reason they lost today, but he's not good enough. Their offense is not good enough at all. And there's no hope on the horizon. Maybe Jerick McKinnon, when he's healthy, can influx something into the offense, but Matt Asiata, come on, man. These guys aren't good. They're fine, but they're below average. They're not good enough to beat the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs. To beat, to me, the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. I know the Packers have their issues, but you only beat them by 3 points in week 2. Relax. I still think they're better than you. Ultimately, when it comes down to you versus them, I think they win. When they need to win in the playoffs, I think that's what happens. But anyway, let's take it 1 week at a time. Let's not overreact. We overreact to when they're 5-0, now they're 5-2. So let's take it week by week and let's see where they can go from here. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Monday Night Football game. Your words comment down below. I want to know if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and most importantly to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. Peace.